Most men operate under a dangerous illusion. They think constant attention, eagerness, and availability are the keys to attraction. They flood women with texts, overcommit to plans, and assume that being nice is enough. What they fail to see and fail to understand is that desire does not respond to generosity or predictability. Desire responds to tension, challenge, and scarcity. This is where the Machiavellian principle of controlled distance comes in. It is subtle, psychologically precise, and almost hypnotic in its effect. When executed correctly, it transforms indifference into obsession, apathy into craving, and casual acquaintance into emotional fixation. Controlled distance is not about ignoring a woman or being cruel. It is about engineering desire through space, absence, and strategic unavailability. Think of it as a psychological lever. The less predictable you are, the more her mind will work to understand and pursue you. Imagine a woman texting you 3 times in a row. A typical man responds immediately, anxious to maintain connection. The Machiavellian man, however, waits. He calculates his response, sometimes minutes, sometimes hours, occasionally a day, without breaking the rhythm of interaction. That pause, that subtle gap, is not negligence. It is power. It makes her curious, slightly anxious, and deeply invested. Her mind begins replaying your past conversations, analyzing your personality, wondering what you are doing, and above all, wanting to know why you are not constantly available. The core of controlled distance is the psychology of scarcity. Humans are wired to desire what is limited. By controlling your attention, you make it precious. Every interaction, every message, every smile becomes a reward, not a given. Scarcity is what creates obsession. Real-life example: you casually meet a woman at a party. Instead of clinging to her, you leave her wanting more, excusing yourself at a perfect moment. She leaves the party thinking about you, replaying the conversation, wondering when she will see you again. The scarcity you created transforms her curiosity into desire. She begins to mentally chase you without realizing it. Controlled distance also leverages unpredictability, a subtle but extremely powerful trigger. Predictable men are invisible. If she knows exactly how you will respond, what you will do, and when you will show up, your value plummets. Unpredictable men, however, spark intrigue. You are here one moment, absent the next, warm and attentive occasionally, teasing and elusive at other times. This inconsistency is not accidental. It is calculated. It forces her subconscious to remain alert, to analyze your behavior, and to invest emotionally in figuring you out. Every interaction becomes charged with meaning, because she can never fully take it for granted. The real genius of controlled distance lies in creating the illusion of freedom. A woman must feel she can approach or retreat, but her pursuit is secretly orchestrated. By giving her just enough attention to stay connected, and withholding just enough to create a void, you make her the one chasing. Think of it like this: if a man never responds or disappears entirely, desire fades. If he responds to every message instantly, desire becomes complacent. The masterful balance is in calculated absence paired with high-value presence. You appear rare, valuable, and magnetic. Your attention becomes addictive precisely because it is not given freely. Controlled distance also works through tension, the kind of tension that makes someone obsessive without realizing it. Small actions, such as sending a message late at night, arriving slightly late to a date, or revealing a small personal secret while holding back the larger story, create subtle psychological pushes and pulls. Every interaction leaves her wondering, why did he say that? Or, why did he leave so soon? These small uncertainties activate a powerful emotional response: intrigue, fascination, and longing. She begins to mentally chase you, even if she initially had no strong interest. Another psychological trigger in controlled distance is the manipulation of attention. Human brains are wired to value what requires effort. If a woman has to think, wait, or reflect to gain your attention, she values it exponentially more. Consider real-life examples: a man who responds after a calculated delay, a man who cancels plans occasionally with a compelling reason, or a man who teases her with small hints of attention. These create emotional scarcity, a craving that cannot be satisfied easily. Her mind begins to create stories, fantasies, and anticipations about you, making her emotionally invested without you doing anything overtly manipulative. Controlled distance is also about timing and rhythm. You must calibrate your engagement, appear when your presence has impact, disappear when absence can heighten intrigue. Overexposure destroys fascination. Over-absence kills relevance. The key is to make every interaction count. A text, a smile, or a glance must feel meaningful, like a reward she must earn. This is why controlled distance is not coldness. It is strategic engagement, carefully timed to build tension and anticipation. Darkly, controlled distance works because desire thrives on challenge. Humans are naturally drawn to what is difficult to obtain. When a woman experiences calculated absence and rare engagement, she becomes compelled to solve the puzzle you present. She begins to overanalyze your actions, to replay your words, and even test your reactions to her own behavior. She invests energy and emotion into chasing you, turning the natural power dynamic in your favor. You are not begging for attention. You are orchestrating her attention, making it a reflection of her own desire rather than your effort. Controlled distance also allows for emotional leverage. When you combine scarcity, unpredictability, and high-value presence, you create emotional highs and lows that are addictive. She experiences excitement when you appear, curiosity when you withdraw, and tension when your behavior is ambiguous. This emotional roller coaster is irresistible. It mirrors the psychological mechanisms behind obsession: intermittent rewards, unpredictability, and high stakes. Her brain begins associating you with these emotional peaks, making her think about you constantly, fantasize about your presence, and crave your attention in ways she cannot control. Ultimately, the mastery of controlled distance is about psychological engineering. You are designing an environment where desire grows organically. You are orchestrating tension, scarcity, and uncertainty to make your attention precious. You are creating emotional stakes that make her chase you without realizing she is being influenced. And most importantly, you are doing this without desperation, without neediness, and without overt manipulation. You are acting from a place of value, control, and subtlety, the hallmark of Machiavellian mastery. Remember, desire cannot be commanded, but it can be curated and ignited. Controlled distance makes women think about you long after you are gone, invest emotionally in pursuit, and crave your attention on their own terms. Every pause, every absence, every rare moment of engagement increases your perceived value. Every interaction becomes a spark, every absence a magnetic pull. Master this principle, and you are no longer just another man in her life. You become the man she cannot stop thinking about, the presence she subconsciously seeks, and the mystery she cannot resist. Controlled distance is more than strategy. It is power. It turns indifference into obsession, apathy into desire, and attention into a reward. It is the secret that Machiavelli would have recognized. The art of controlling human behavior through psychological precision, subtlety, and emotional mastery. And when you master it, women no longer pursue you because they have to. They pursue you because they cannot help themselves. You have created the ultimate pull of desire, controlled, deliberate, irresistible, and entirely in your hands. Desire isn't earned, it's engineered. By mastering controlled distance, your presence becomes rare, your attention priceless, and your absence magnetic. She won't chase you because she has to. She'll chase you because she can't help herself.